Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we got all of our nickel production set up using the multi-stage process to turn nickel ingots into nickel ingots. So that's all up and running, and everything is filled in. So now that we have our cobalt and we have our nickel, we are now ready to begin working on iron and steel and the associated other products. Nitinol and... is it nitinol? Invar, and cobalt steel. So, we're going to go ahead and get on to it. Now, what I've done off screen is actually not quite as much as I typically do between episodes. I've expanded the limestone production to make sure that we can, in fact, provide the limestone that we need for these processes, because we actually need limestone, not lime. I'm not even sure we're going to use the lime for anything, but it was useful to make the carbon dioxide anyway, so that's fine. And I set up the balancer and the lines to come out here and be ready to go ahead and start processing some iron. So that's what we're going to go ahead and get to. There's going to be 4 separate lines. We're going to have, iron sheet coils. We're going to have steel sheet coils. We're going to have cobalt steel, which is going to require, steeling a process. We're going to have Invar. So we're going to have 4 different steel-based processes. Or iron-based processes. So, we'll go ahead and get to it. So, our iron, we're going to be taking 35 per second to produce 60 per second iron sheet coils. That should be more than enough. So, let's go ahead and do it. So what we're going to need is of course, our processors. 2 of those. We're going to need our pellet presses. 2 of those. We're going to need our blast furnaces. A couple of those. We're going to need our induction furnaces, which are in the other tab here. 2 of those, and then we're going to need 1, 2, 3 strand casting machines, and these are going to need coolant. Okay. Well, if we get to that point, we'll work on it. So right now, it's just trying to hook everything up. Okay, so, first and foremost, I want to grab you. Actually, I want one of these larger because that would be where it would be, right? And then we would do 1, 2 for the loader, 1 for the extra belt, and 1, 2 for the loader again. And then we would do 1, 2 for the loader and the extra belt. 1, 2 again. Yeah, it'll fit. Excellent. Because this is all going to be on a 1-to-1, which is what I'm trying to do, is make sure that they are all on 1-to-1 processes so that we can build the lines very, very simply. Alright, and you'll be making iron pellets, and then you'll be making iron ingots. Iron ingots using the limestone process. We're going to have to bring over some coke. We're going to have to bring over some limestone, which that's fine. No problem there. Induction furnace. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. I'm going to push the liquid in the molten iron that way. We're going to be doing 2100 per second of molten iron, so actually I need to do this in 2 separate lines. Alright. No problem. You're going to be making molten iron using cobalt ingots, iron ingots, nickel ingots. That is going to have to feed with loaders. Hopefully, this will be enough space. Because we'll have a loader... Let's see, we'll have a loader there. No, that won't be quite enough space. We need another... one more block down. It's about there. And actually, what might be easiest is to run that length. And spread them out like this. And do something like that. That will work. That's just for blueprint purposes. And so you're making that molten. And then how many modules we get? We get 2 there. We're going to have 1 here. We're going to have 1 here. And 2 there. All right. Let's get a quickie blueprint. Gonna have to remove that. We don't need that. And there we go. Throw that away. We don't need that anymore. Actually, I kind of didn't quite line this up, but it's all right. It'll work. Okay, so we have no power. That will be easy enough to fix. And then what I'll probably do is put that in there. And there we go. So that'll be the fuel. Inserters. There we go. Okay, so we make sure we get the enriched fuel blocks in there before the coke comes in, because it'll burn the coke as fuel if we don't. Alright, so next we need the limestone. Now, how much limestone do we need? Not much. 5.9 per second. In fact, I think probably 1 belt can feed the entire iron process, because I think we're only going to be having like somewhere around 20 per second of limestone. probably want to bring it out to about there before I turn it south. Oh, we get across the mine? Yep. Ah. Oh, hold on. The iron is this way. Let's see. Oh, and that's right on the same line. That's... And I can't jog it over. I can jog it over maybe to here. Maybe kind of weave it through here. Just kind of so we stay out of the way of everything else. Okay. Actually, I don't necessarily want that to be an underground belt. I would like that to be... No, we don't want to do that. We definitely do not want to do that. Or we could... No. So yeah, that is going to have to be an underground belt. We'll just have to be careful with it. Actually, no. What we can do is we can do that. To keep it off of that belt. Okay. Easy. Alright. We can throw some of this limestone in there. Alright, so there's a limestone. Now, coke. Now, we're also going to need coke for everything else. Let's see, how much are we going to need? 5.9, 9.8, and then 2 of these, which is going to be 4. So, yeah. We only need a single belt to bring that stuff over. Thing is, it's way over here. Actually, I'm going to put the output there. And turn it this way. Alright, here's the iron. No, that's the steel. This is the iron. Okay, where do I like to bring it in? I'd like to bring it in... I guess we could do it... here? Okay. And then we just need to make a ridiculously long-armed inserter. Okay, there we go. Alright, and now we just need to bring over some nickel and some cobalt. Guess I'll do nickel first. Okay, so we want to do that. I'll try to stay as far out of the way as I can. Now, also, I just realized I had a fan on in the background. I don't know if anyone could hear it, but I'll turn it off, so. How much of this do we need, actually? 70 per second, so I actually need two lines. Ooh, okay. I think we can do that. There we go. That should work. Now, I probably don't actually even need these, if I must be honest. I just need this. And that. There we go. Actually, I don't even need this. I have too much nickel. I can't get rid of my ingots. Oh well. I'll just go ahead and throw them in a warehouse somewhere. Okay, so cobalt is next. And we also need 70 per second of it. So we also don't need any of this stuff. Okay. Okay, and so you will be there, you will be there. This will come across here. This will go underground and connect there. And there we go. And then what we'll do, because this is going to be like, what, 2,000 per second. I'm going to use these guys. Okay, we're going to need another substation there. Alright, and so these are going to be getting fed to 3 strand casting machines. Is there any way we can make that a better ratio? 4. That might actually work better, because it works out as a better ratio. And we'll connect both of them so that, you know, they should be able to balance between the two. And we need a 4th strand casting machine. Okay, so that's where... Oh, this thing is going to be in a bad spot. Put that there instead. And then you... be there and there. So then what you're going to do is you're going to be making sheet coils. Let's see. Which book was this? Okay, this one. Alright, there we are. Everything's hooked up, and we just now need the coolant. Now, how are we going to get this out? So if we're doing 60 per second, that's divided by 4. So we're probably doing what? 15 per second coming out of each of these. Would inserters work? Or should I just do it the other way? We could just do it the other way. That will probably be easier. Oop. And then we just merge them together here, and that should work. All right. Now we got to sort out the coolant. We need what? 600 per second. All right. 600 per second. We can do that. Now, I need to cool it down, right? So, cooling from 100 degrees. Well, actually, we need to do... used coolant. Cooling from this. Cooling from this. And cooling from this. Now, the thing is, we're going to have an input of 600 per second. So, if I say that we're going to output 100 per second good coolant out of here. Well, I think these are all 1-to-1. So this is 125. So 200 should be 250, right? Yes. 300. 375. So 500 is 625. So I need to drop that 490? No. 475? Close. It's 3 cooling towers. 480. There we go. Right on the money. Okay, and then if we throw here 2 of those, 1 to 1 to 1. Okay, with 2 or 1 to 1 to 1 to 2 with speed modulates. Okay, and it won't actually produce quite as much, which is fine. Because I have a process for doing this. Now, so we have this is the 1 to 1 to 1, right? That outputs, that basically turns the steam all right, so let me just sort this out because it's been a while since I built one of these. So we have, well, this is the line that's bringing the used coolant in, right? And this is the first one that's cooling down from 300, right? Then it dumps its output into this one, and then this cools it down even further, generates steam, and then puts its output into this one, cools it down even further, generates even more steam. All the steam gets routed to this one to get turned into purified water to then get dumped into a purified water system. Let's see, where else does all that purified water go? Because it will have to go somewhere. At some point. I'll probably have to put an overflow somewhere with disposals. Alright, well, first things first, I need one of these tanks. Okay, then we take the used coolant and then we clean it here. This should work. And what we're going to do is copy that through. So this is checking to see if this amount of coolant is below 50K. If it's below 50K, then it turns on. All right, so this should only fill it up to about 50,000 and then stop. There you go. Alright, and so the reason for that is that we're going to be producing clean coolant out of here and dumping it back into there, but we're going to not be producing as much as we're consuming. So eventually this will drain, and as it drains and goes below 50K, then we dump a little bit more in and dump a little bit more in. And then, we use these processes to make new ones using mineral oil and water. But it looks like we're actually at the end of the episode. But let me just at least hook this up. If I do it this way, we won't actually have enough room. Oh well, it's fine. We can put it elsewhere. Alright, so this is our coolant line coming through for this steel. Or for the iron, not the steel. And actually it's coming in a beautiful spot. That's perfect. Now these guys need what? Oh, turn that off. We need what? We need one per. One module per. Huh, there's a slight issue. That is a slight problem. But we can work around it. I think. Yeah, but it's a bit goofy. Oh well. It'll do. Okay, and then what I'll do off screen is I'll take care of the used coolant coming off of there. Set up the coolant exchange system, and then we'll begin working on the next phase, which is going to be steel. Steel's going to need some oxygen. I'll probably take care of that off screen as well. And then, yeah, we'll move on. We're going to need this oxygen for this. We're going to need some oxygen for these steel ingots. So, yeah, we'll try and get all that done. Alright, but for now, we'll stop here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.